everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to my channel. I have been binge watching a lot of people's projects with their beauty consumption, and I am going to do an intro to another project. It is a late intro. This is a project that normally runs from January 1st to December 1st. But I'm going to jump in a little bit later, and that has come into play a little bit with some of my selection of items that I have chosen, and of course the goals that go with said items. As you guys would have seen, this is the Fantastic Ladies Collab Beauty A to Z. This, of course, is a project originally created by Jessica Lee and Amanda, and it's been going for so many years. I'm sure you're all familiar with the premise of this project, but just in case, you are going to pick some item from your collection and set some kind of goal on it. And of course, those items correspond with every single letter of the alphabet. I'm going to be using just the basic English A to Z alphabet. And of course, there is some leeway with some of the more challenging letters. X, Y, and Z was a little bit on the challenging side for me, but I did manage to find something for everything, and I only kind of had to bend the rules for one particular letter that we'll talk about when we get there. So I'll be doing monthly updates for you guys, and of course the finale will be along with everyone else at the end of December. And my intention for this particular project, one, because it's my first time doing the project A to Z and starting a little bit late, but also with the types of products I've selected, I kind of want to go a little bit slower in some regards with these items and this particular project. So what I mean by that is I've got some things in here that, although would be very easy to knock out, in case I do any summer traveling, I've got some objects easy, ready to go for it. Some of these have a lot of use on them, some have a little bit of use on them, and most of these have no use at all. And it is very heavily focused more in the skincare realm. I've got some hair care in here. I do have one makeup item at least. Actually two. I have two makeup items in here. But the majority of these products, again, I want to have them in here to help supplement all of my other projects going on. So for example, if I finish a moisturizer up in Skin is In, and then I have a bit of a gap until my next update, I can use perhaps moisturizers from this project to fill in that particular gap. So that is my intention moving forward with this project. I do want to hit my goals on everything in this particular project. We'll see if I'm able to do it. And if I don't do it, I'll be, I imagine, pretty close to it. And that will still be a success. And that will help me determine if I want to do the full run of this project again next year. So let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's just dive into products A to Z that I have selected. So starting us off is what I anticipate is going to be a difficult product for me. This is something I did get in BoxyCharm quite a while ago at this point. And that is this guy here. So this is the Aromatherapy Associates, their De-Stress Muscle Gel, which is going to help with focusing and soothing. And I am terrible at using this. And I cannot see where I am. I cannot shine a light through this packaging. I don't know. It's probably like up here somewhere, really nice and high up. You are supposed to be able to experience the warming and easing powers of rosemary, black pepper, lavender, and ginger, helping to soothe and recover. So you massage it into problem areas, which I am very bad at doing. It does have a stronger scent because, again, it is an aromatherapy product. So it's got 150 milliliters in here. Again, I think I'm somewhere around up here. It's fairly full, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to be able to really make a whole lot of visible progress on this, but I will still keep you guys updated and let you know. And this is one of the products I think is going to be one of the most challenging for me to actually meet my goal on, which is going to be to finish this item. All goals are going to be to finish unless I tell you otherwise. That was a challenging product. Let's go for something a little bit easier. And this is one of my little samples of the Dr. Dennis Gross, the Alpha Beta Exfoliating Body Treatment. This has one towel in here, so this is going to be a single-use item. And yeah, that's about all I got to tell you about it. I'm supposed to do visibly firmer, glowing, healthy-looking skin. I have not used this item before. I think I do have 2 samples of this, though, which is why I want to get one of these out with this project. So this is B. If you caught my packing video of what I took on vacation with me when I went down to the Caribbean for a week-long cruise, then some of these items are going to look familiar, including the one that I have for C. So this is a 15 milliliter sample size of the Pixi, their Skintreats. This is the Glow Mud Cleanser. And I actually really like this product. Cleansers, you know, it's a very basic step in the skincare routine, but this one's just so nice, and it's supposed to be a deep purifying cleanser, and yes, it feels like it actually does that. Obviously, as you guys can see, I do have some progress on this since I did take it down to the Caribbean, but since I've been back, it's the products I took with me for that trip. Some of them have gone some use, but this is one of the ones that hasn't. So this is where I'm going to be starting off with this one. Of course, the goal is to finish it. And of course, I am so bad at using up cleansers. So it's going to be a little bit challenging to do it. But obviously, C is for cleanser here with Glow Mud Cleanser. And of course, the goal is to finish it. D is also a Caribbean vacation item. So again, this one does have a little bit of use. This is the Darphin. This is their Intral Rescue Serum. So as you guys can see, a little bit of use to start us off. My mark has already rubbed off, but it's right there. I'll remark it again for you guys. This was the serum I was using during the day when I was down in the Caribbean, and I don't think I've used this since then. So I do want to get more use on it. Got a nice little pump top there. And if I do any traveling, this is going to be great because that's about a week of progress. So it's going to last a pretty nice long time. So this is the item for D. Now, of course, for something even easier than some of these ones. Not the easiest one, but this is the Philosophy. This is their Microdelivery Exfoliating Daily Facial Wash. So just a little sample of it. It's got 1.5 milliliters in here. I'm not sure how many uses that will be. It may be 1, maybe 2, might be 3. We'll kind of find out when I use it, but not a whole lot in there. And this, of course, is going to be E for exfoliating. F is a product I have had for quite a long time. I love, 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 love the scent of this, but I don't use it because it's a hair item and I'm terrible with my hair. The Garnier Fructis, F right here. This is their 1-minute hair mask. This one is in papaya extract, which is so good. There you guys can see where I am at right now. So it has gone some use, but I have had this item for like 2 years, maybe longer. Time is hard to keep track of. I've kind of marked it about here just so we can have that sense of progress a little bit. You do have a couple different ways that you can use this item. So you can use it as a mask after shampooing, but before conditioner. You can use it as your conditioner, or you can do how I have been using it, which is their leave-in mask kind of treatment. So you get to apply it after you shower for intense repair. And it's fine. I don't know how much it really does, but that's because I use it every once in a blue moon. So it is joining this project so I can actually use it and hopefully get it done because it's been in the bathroom for forever. G is another little sample here. This, of course, comes to us from Sunday Riley, the Good Genes Lactic Acid Treatment. And I do have a fair amount of use on this guy already. But then it's hard to, it's like I want to get it done, knock it out, because it's getting close to finished, I think. Because I have used it a fair amount. But, you know, I have other serums and projects, so I prioritize that instead. So, yeah, no. I want to put it in the project just so I can get this knocked out. And because I do have another sample of this, they're very popular in the Sephora Favorites kits. So I want to get this one out so that I don't have 2 of them in my collection. So that's essentially the goal with it. Again, I have no idea where I am. I can't tell. I don't think there's much in here though. So this should be pretty easy to knock out. Next up is another BoxyCharm item. I do have a lot of progress on this, but I also don't use it. So again, it's kind of turned into one of those once every blue moon type of items. And this comes to us from Manna Kadar. This is their Hydrating facial spray or face mist. This is more of like a skincare type mist. So again, it's supposed to be a very hydrating mist. It's supposed to soothe, cleanse, revitalize, and strengthen your skin. So the best time, and normally when I try to use this, is after the shower, right? As kind of like a before I put anything else on my face. But I'm very bad. We're going to do that now. So, as you guys can see, there is not much left in here. So it's kind of ridiculous that this is just kind of sitting, not being used. So this project is there to help give me that reminder to use said product. I've been shaking it around, but that's basically our starting mark right there for us. It might be slightly high on the marked side because, bubbles, but that's about where we are at this point. And again, want to finish off this product. Of course, is going to be a very challenging product. This is a sample I got in one of the Sephora Favorites kits. This comes from Peter Thomas Roth for their instant Firm Eye Temporary Eye Tightener. Now, although there is only 5 milliliters a sample, one, it is an eye product, so usually those go a little bit further. But the steps, wait till you get to step 2. Step 1, shake well, sparingly apply a thin layer to freshly cleansed skin. Step 2, remain expressionless. Product will dry within 3 to 7 minutes. That's why it's going into this project, because one, you need to I'm someone who kind of slaps everything on, layer. I don't do a whole lot of waiting in between my steps. So you have to wait 3 to 7 minutes and also remain expressionless, which is not something I'm particularly good at because I'm constantly doing, moving, thinking, and so that kind of shows all over my face. So we'll see what happens with this guy. So for eye, we've got a challenging product, and we'll see how it goes. We'll at least give it a try. Hopefully finish it. J is next, and of course J is another Caribbean item. This is the JLo Beauty, that Blockbuster? Yeah, that Blockbuster Wonder Cream. So very reflective packaging here. This I took down to the Caribbean as my day moisturizer, or at least one of the options. And that is where I'm going to be starting off with. So again, I have a lot left, and because it's open, I want to use it, but I can't use it because it's not a project, and I'm trying to prioritize the stuff that's in projects. So again, you understand where this project is fitting in for us. So that is my project for J. Again, goal to finish. K was actually surprisingly difficult for me to find a product for, but it is a relatively recent product, so a pretty new one to my collection. It is also from BoxyCharm, and that is this guy here. So this is the Koa Life Mist Me Rejuvenating Toner. So Koa, so the brand name is where we're getting our K from. When I open up the box, product looks like this. It kind of reminds me of Youth to the People a little bit. You can see where we're going for a while later. So yeah, it's supposed to soothe and moisturize. So we've got a spray toner. That's going to be joining us. Again, full-sized item. We've got 30 milliliters in here. Goal is still to finish it, and this is the product for K. Next up is a classic. L, of course, in for Laneige. And of course, we're going to do a little sample of the lip sleeping mask. I have Berry here. I have used up one of these before. As you guys can see, completely brand new for us. I've kind of missed it. I do enjoy this sleeping mask. I do think it works really well. I just don't like that it's in a pot. I mean, at night, you do all of your, washing up your skincare, go to bed, slap this on. So it's not the worst, but I would prefer it in a squeezy tube. Just personal preference. But the product itself, I do enjoy. And so Laneige is standing in for L for us. Goal is going to be to finish it, which is going to be challenging because when I used up one of these samples previously, sample only has 3 grams of product in here. It took me forever. Months and months and months and months and months. So we'll see how long it takes me to get through this, but this is something that I do use on an every night kind of basis. M is going to be a different kind of product for us, and usually when I say that, I mean a hair product. If you caught my Advent Calendar project pan, then you guys will know that I did finish a tiny, tiny sample of hair oil in that project. So I do have a second sample. This one comes to us from Josie Marin. This is their 100% pure argan oil. You can use it for your hair. You can use it for your cuticles. I've got a lot of other products for cuticles, so this is going to be a hair oil for me. And I'm going to have to figure out how to use it. So yeah, this one, it just says, apply as a daily moisturizer, nighttime treatment, and to heal and condition everything from cuticles to split ends. So a different type of oil compared to what I used in the Advent Calendar, but we'll give this one a try and see how I make out with it. I have not marked it because it's literally full to the top. So like when you get it settled, it's like way up there. So I haven't even bothered marking it. This is a completely full item with 15 milliliters of product in it. N is another item that I'm going to have to figure out how to work with. This is another sample from Clarins. This is their hand and nail treatment balm. It's supposed to nourish, soften, target age spots, and strengthen your nails. So that all sounds good. Not sure how exactly I'm going to use it yet, but because I didn't know how to really use it, I haven't been using it despite that it's been in my bathroom. So project is going to help motivate to see what I can do with this. Product for N, the goal is to finish. O was also kind of a challenging product to figure out, but I did find not a whole bunch. I found 2 whey products downstairs. Again, both of these would have come from Sephora favorite kits. This one in particular is the whey scalp and body scrub. So I have not used this before, so it's completely new to me. A little bit of scent, don't know what that is, but not that strong. There's only 30 grams of sample in here, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a hair scrub or a body scrub. I might try both to see which one I like better. But yeah, something different to kind of try out, see how we make out with this. As you guys can tell, the theme is a lot of sample types of items because, again, they do take up space, and I want to kind of work through a decent number of them while still not neglecting my full-size items. For the letter P, we have this little sample right here. This is the Herbivore, their Pink Cloud Soft Moisture Cream. Not opened this before. Not too much of a scent. As you guys can see, completely new, untouched. So this will be quite exciting to play with. This one has 7.5 milliliters. So again, kind of a mid-ranged sample size, so still a fair amount of product. It is a moisturizer, and depending on how it feels, I'm not sure if it's going to be a day or night one yet, but it's going to be one of those. And of course, the goal is going to be to finish this as well. Q was also a very challenging one until I remembered a little gem called Quo Beauty. This is one of my makeup items in here. This is a makeup item I have been using for probably too long, but it's fine and it still works very well. This is their Liquid Precision Marker. I have the shade Espresso, so I really like this eyeliner. This is probably like my favorite eyeliner because you guys can see right, there is a little bit of flexibility. Get over here. There is some flexibility in there, so it gives, again, that wiggle room without being too hard, but you get good pigment and good payoff, and you can be very gentle with it, and I really like this. And it is a brown, so it's a little bit softer on the eye as well. So when I don't want to go black like I am wearing today as my eyeliner, I have this option. This is probably my favorite. And it's, again, one that I've been using for quite a while. It's been open for quite a while. So I do want to see some use. Of course, this isn't something I can track, which is unfortunate, but I will be giving you guys numbers for this particular item since it is a makeup item and I do track those in my projects. So you get the sense that way. And although there is only 1 milliliter of product in here, I have no way of knowing where that's at. I could be theoretically done this tomorrow, or I could still have tons of it at the end of the year. So no way to tell with these kinds of things, but for now I'm just going to keep going with it because I do actually really love this particular product. Formula's great, color's great, and the product is wonderful. For R, we actually have a deceptive sample here. So again, I did talk about this in an empties video. I had taken 3 of these Josie Marin Pro Retinol eye creams down with me to the Caribbean. There is only 2 milliliters of product in here, and I probably got a week and a half, 2 weeks of twice-a-day use out of this little sample here, which is wow. Again, I talked about it in my empties. This left a really good impression. I enjoyed it, and I still have 2 more of these. So I've got this one and another one. So we're gonna roll this guy in for R. And if I do go traveling in the summer, this is gonna be a great option for it because it's so nice and small, compact, but it's gonna last a very long time based on previous use. So this is gonna be for R. The goal is to finish. For S, if you guys caught, this is going to be one of my latest hauls. S is going to be coming to us from Bath and Body Works. So Bath and Body Works, this is their aromatherapy line. This I got on like a body care day when all their body creams were, like on sale for $4.95, which is normal when I picked them up. And yeah, this just smells so nice. And I did accidentally buy 2 of these. So let's just roll on into the project. And this is a very nice kind of summery scent. So again, as I'm working through body lotions in my other projects, as I finish them, and hey, I need one that's not in my project, or I need one that's still in a project. This guy here. Again, I have a long time, and even if this does last into the fall, that's fine, because although it is a summer scent, it's a very light scent, so you're going to bring and extend that summer into the fall and into the very early winters that we get up here in Saskatchewan. So again, full-sized item here, so it's going to stand out compared to a lot of these other guys you've been seeing. But I am very generous with my body lotions, body creams, body moisturization products. So I thought it would be a good idea to have one of these in this project as well to make use of kind of between all of the other ones I'm using in other projects. Back to the tiny stuff. T stands for Tula. So this is the Tula skincare. This is their probiotics and superfoods line. This particular sample is a 2 milliliter sample of the Cult Classic Purifying Face Cleanser. So it is another face cleanser. So that's going to be difficult for me, but let's get some cleansers knocked out. Sounds good. Sounds good. So this small little thing, and yeah. Supposed to leave your skin purified, soft, and balanced. So we'll see how this one does. Based on the sample of the day cream, it was a day and night cream, a 24-hour one that I took down to the Caribbean as well. It was meh. So this one, probably going to be meh, but you'll see a review in the empties. U is actually not as challenging to find as I expected it to be, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce this brand because this is a very fancy looking brand that I've never heard of before. So, that one. But this I think is also going to complement very well in my Skin is In project pan because I do tend to have a cleansing balm in there. But of course, if I finish a cleansing balm earlier in the month, I can supplement with this little sample. This one has 8 milliliters, so a pretty decent sample size of their refreshing makeup removing jelly. So that's going to be a interesting textural experience, I can imagine. And yeah, we'll have to play with this guy. So a little bit of a different product. This is the only kind of makeup removing pre-cleanse step because cleanser I count as like the second step in a double cleansing. So it'll be exciting to play around with this guy as well. Goal, of course, is to finish. V is next, and V, I'm going to put kind of a unique product in here, also from a very recent haul video that you would have seen if you're caught up on my haul videos. And this is just a little sample of the Skylar, and this is the Vanilla Sky. So Vanilla is my V here. Pretty full bottle. I have only worn this once, so I did one little quick spritz just to make sure I liked it, but with being a vanilla scent, that was a safe bet. I do have a lot of fragrances right now in projects, but as I work through them, it'll be nice to have something a little bit more of a long-term kind of focus so I can keep working on a whole bunch of these small little fragrance samples. So I look forward to playing with this one. This is going to be probably my favorite of the ones that I currently have in my various projects. So Vanilla Skies, goal will be to finish. For W, we are going to go back to Laneige for this sample of their Water Bank. This is their Blue Hyaluronic Cream Moisturizer. So we have a 10 ml sample here. It's supposed to be for AM and PM, and it doesn't tell me anything else particularly about it. So, if I travel, this would be fantastic for that. So this is that sample, and we'll play around. X, Y, and Z, as probably anticipated, were challenging for me to find. And so for X, I did have to get a little bit loosey-goosey with the rules. And so what I decided to do was pick an item from Complex Culture. So obviously Complex, there's a X on the end of it. So it's a prominent part of that particular word. And from complex culture, that gives me this guy here. So this is also something I've received from BoxyCharm. I don't remember when. This is the Complex Culture Full-Time Eyeshadow Edit 3. So we've got nice reflective packaging. This is what the product looks like. So again, more in the everyday spectrum, but you know, the blue and the purple, so that's going to be kind of nice. I have not played with this palette at all at this point. So this is going to be a completely new thing for me. And unlike everything else, obviously the goal is not going to be to pan this palette because that's not what I want to do, right? I'm not a pan that. Even eyeshadows, right? If you are familiar with my eyeshadow usage project, I roll them out after 10 uses, and that is going to be consistent with this guy as well. So for this eyeshadow palette, I want to use it 10 times. And of course, as you guys know, if you've seen my eyeshadow usage project, there is a playlist on my channel available for you guys. I use my palettes holistically. So that means, you know, let's say tomorrow I reach for this palette, do a look with it, that's one use. And you just keep going from there. So that gives me 10 looks from this palette. And because I'm just rolling in the palette as a whole for this prompt, I get to play with whatever I feel like. I'm not restricted to a certain shade in it. That will be great because it allows me to play with another palette, decide if I like this, do I want to keep it, do I want to declutter it. Again, I have not used Complex Culture eyeshadows or this palette before. So that will be useful. That'll be helpful for me for this project. I gave a little bit of a spoiler for this one earlier. Why, of course, is Youth to the People. This one, of course, very famous, popular cleanser, the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser. Large sample, 30 mils. And so this is going to be, it smells all right. This is going to be a very challenging item. Because again, cleansers take me forever. Obviously, you guys can see I'm right up at the top. I have not used this before. I have put a mark on it. I'll probably do it in black later so it stays a little bit better. There's the mark there. So I'll have tons of cleanser to keep me busy. So this is going to be the next item. This is going to be in for Y with the goal to finish. And finally, to round out the alphabet, we're going to end with Z/Z, depending on how you say it. And to help us out with that, another full-size item for this. This comes to us from The Ordinary. So I would have done this in one of the Sephora kits. This one is also completely full, never been used. So this is The Ordinary. This is their 10% niacinamide and 1% zinc. So zinc is where we get that Z from. The product is completely full, so we're right up here, up at the top. And because we do have a fair amount of product in here, again, 30 mils, so same size as the sample cleanser. It's going to take a little while to work through this guy as well. But this is going to be the last item for A to Z. There is my table full of products. Again, everything is with the goal to finish, except for the Complex Culture eyeshadow palette right there. So the goal for that one, of course, is going to be 10 uses on it. How will we go from here? So every month, of course, I'll be giving you guys an update. And I'm only going to focus on the items that I have made progress on. I'll let you know, right? If like A, for example, if I make no progress on this, I'll just remind you of this is what the product is and I haven't made progress on it. Once I start finishing items, of course, I'll start with a summary of that, letting you know, here's all the letters I have finished, but otherwise I'll work my way through the remainder of the alphabet that I have and show you again whether I've not used it or if I've made progress or ideally finish some of these items. So you can look forward to that in the updates. And of course, I know this project can get a little bit confusing. So down in the description box, I will have a full list of what the letters are, what I have for the prompt for that particular letter, and the status of if it is finished or not down there below. So you also have that as a reference point, just to help if you find this particular layout a little bit of the confusing side, because there is a lot of stuff. 26 items we have just rolled in. Again, mainly in the skincare realm, but I wanted to have things to supplement my other projects or easy vacation traveling materials or things that I have started that I need to give myself permission to finish, or reminders that, hey, use this product. So let's take a moment and talk about some goals. So to start off with some goals for next month's update, and again, I do recommend that you subscribe because I haven't decided yet when exactly this particular video is going to go up for my updates. It's going to depend a little bit on my filming schedule and all of the other items. So I kind of want to space out some projects. But in terms of goals, now that I'm rambling for forever, first goal, the first item I want to finish off, again, because I do want to have that sense of progress and momentum, because a lot of these are going to be more long-term items. But this one, of course, is B, the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Exfoliating Body Treatment. It's going to be literally a one-time use because there is a towel in here. So I don't imagine you're going to get a whole lot of any like extra serum or anything. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the towel. So this is what I want to use up first. Second goal is also to use up, again, tiny little sample. This was the Philosophy Microdelivery Exfoliating Daily Facial Wash. So I want to get this guy used up as well. Again, very tiny sample, 1.5 milliliters, and see how that one goes. As I mentioned, the Sunday Riley Good Genes G. This serum is probably getting close to done. This is the lactic acid treatment. So hopefully just get it finished off.